On a stormy night, I decided to explore the silent streets of a city marked by urban legends. The rain fell steadily, echoing the accelerated beats of my heart. The ominous atmosphere was the perfect ally for the quest for answers, even if it meant confronting the unknown. I had heard of an abandoned street, the setting of a legend that spanned generations. It was said that at midnight a shadowy figure roamed among the shadows. Fueled by my curiosity and a dash of skepticism, I decided to witness the horrors behind the story. As I arrived at the deserted street, the wind howled, turning skeletal trees into silent witnesses of my audacity. My steps echoed on the wet asphalt as darkness closed in around me. The streetlight flickered, as if the street itself knew of my presence. As midnight approached, a palpable tension filled the air. That's when I saw the figure, a shapeless silhouette moving in the shadows. A mix of fear and excitement enveloped me as the legend came to life before my unbelieving eyes. The figure approached slowly, an ethereal presence defying logic. The wind's whisper carried indistinct murmurs, as if the weathered walls of the abandoned buildings were whispering long-forgotten secrets. My heart pounded in my chest, but something compelled me to remain at the epicenter of the mystery. Then, the shadowy figure revealed itself. A pale woman dressed in white, whose lifeless eyes locked onto mine. The legends spoke of the White Lady, a lost soul wandering in search of redemption. Her wet hair clung to her face, and her lips moved in a silent lament. On impulse, I tried to articulate words, but my breath seemed captured by the spectre before me. The White Lady extended a translucent hand toward me, as if seeking something I couldn't comprehend. The cold emanating from her penetrated my soul, leaving me immersed in a sense of despair. In a moment of clarity, I realized I was facing something beyond human understanding. The urban legend became a chilling reality, and the darkness around seemed to pulsate with supernatural energy. Without looking back, I retreated, distancing myself from the White Lady and the street soaked in mystery. The storm continued to roar, now echoing my own confusion and fear. As I escaped the dark embrace of the legend, I promised myself that haunted night would never be forgotten. Urban legends, whispered between the lines of reality, had the power to turn a simple exploration into a journey beyond the bounds of understanding. In ancient Japan, when paper lanterns danced in the night breeze, I heard of a remote village shrouded in dark secrets. It was said that on full moon nights, a pale figure emerged from the shadows, condemned to wander the narrow streets in search of relief for her tormented soul. I decided to unravel the mysteries surrounding this legend, guided by the imprudent curiosity burning within me. The village was as silent as a tomb when I arrived, and the heavy atmosphere indicated that the ancient walls held unsettling secrets. On my journey, I heard whispers among the locals speaking of the lonely Yurei that wandered among the cypresses. It was said to be the spirit of a woman, Oiwa, whose life was marked by betrayals and tragedies, a tale of love undone and revenge that transcended death itself. On that misty night, shadows danced around me as I entered a narrow alley where houses seemed to whisper the torments of the past. It was then that I spotted an ethereal figure, long hair and white robes billowing in the night wind. Oiwa, the Yurei, was there, her lifeless eyes fixed on mine. The moon cast a pale light upon her, revealing her face disfigured by a funerary mask. An aura of sadness permeated the air, as if the weight of her vengeance echoed through the centuries. With every step I took, Oiwa followed, her ghostly feet making a soft sound on the worn stones. I tried in vain to escape the haunting presence, but the legend had chosen me as its interlocutor. Every corner revealed fragments of Oiwa's story, a tale of betrayal, intrigue, and a tragic fate. In a moment of courage, I confronted the Yurei, seeking to understand the reason for her haunting. Her whispers, laden with bitterness, told a story of deceit and injustices that transcended death. A treacherous husband, a lost love, and the thirst for revenge that sealed her fate beyond the grave. As the night progressed, the line between the supernatural and the tangible seemed to blur. Distorted shadows danced around Oiwa, while her lamentations echoed through the forgotten alleys. In a moment of clarity, I realized that I was entwined in the fabric of the legend, an involuntary visitor to the Yurai's grieving past. Dawn approached when finally Oiwa vanished into the rays of light. Her presence, now just an echo in the memory of the sleeping village, left me haunted and reflective. The legend I sought to understand revealed itself as an experience that transcended the pages of urban tales, plunging me into the depths of the shadows of ancient Japan. The village, now silent again, guarded the secrets of a Yurai who, for one night, shared her tragedy with a fearless intruder. In the penumbra of the silent corridors of the ancient Hospital de las Cinco Llagas, now housing the Parliament of Andalusia, I felt the ancestral weight that permeated the place. It was as if the walls, laden with dark stories, whispered secrets around me. I decided to explore the darkest corners of the building, driven by curiosity and an unconscious desire to confront the legend surrounding the spirit of the cruel nun, Sister Ursula. The night unfolded slowly, and darkness swallowed every step I took. As I reached the corridor where, centuries ago, the sick pleaded for mercy, a sense of oppression seized me. As I advanced, the shadows took shape, as if witnessing my intrusion into the domains of the past. That's when I saw her, an ethereal figure wrapped in a nun's habit. Her face, hidden in the shadows, emanated a chilling presence that sent shivers down my spine. Sister Ursula, the spectre defying time, walked slowly, carrying a bunch of keys that resonated like a macabre melody. The corridors, now impregnated with the energy of the vengeful nun, seemed to pulsate with a sinister aura. Her eyes, even in the absence of life, met mine as if aware of my intrusive presence. A cutting cold enveloped the environment as Sister Ursula continued her nightly journey. The typical nun's habit waved silently, and each step reverberated like an echo of a tormented past. I, a mere spectator of this dance between the centuries, felt simultaneously captivated and terrified by the supernatural presence before me. In a brave impulse, I tried to speak words of peace, seeking to understand the anguish that kept Sister Ursula bound to those corridors. However, her lifeless eyes did not reflect benevolence. The ghostly nun seemed to carry the darkness of her cruel actions in the distant past. The tower clock echoed midnight, the moment when the boundary between worlds seemed thinnest. The nun, now immersed in half-light, disappeared into the shadows, leaving behind an echo of her eternal suffering. Emerging from that haunted night, I carried the certainty that the past still manifested in the corridors of the Andalusian Parliament. Sister Ursula, with her habit and bunch of keys, continued to wander through eternity, a dark echo resonating in the intertwined pages of history and the supernatural.